Sad news, back to back to back, doesn't do really well unless it affects them directly. COVID, gangbusters are ratings, right? Which is why we constantly have the death toll on the side, which I have a major problem with, that we're tallying how many people die every day. Because I've even looked at it and be like, let's make it higher. Like, why isn't it high enough, today? Like, it would make our point better if it was higher. Like this special red phone ring.
Yeah.
And they pick it up, and it's like the head of the network being like, there's nothing that you're doing right now that makes me want to stick. Put the numbers back up, because that's the most enticing thing that we have.
This may be the most damning thing of all the things he said in this Part 2 series. He implicates Jeff Zucker. He says the special bat phone rings, the red phone, he implicates the head of the network. And, Project Veritas is truth. I run from nothing, I hide from nothing, I defend our methods, I defend our techniques. Oliver Darcy, everyone that has been called, there's a total cone of silence after these tapes, which means that they can't, Sean, defend what this man is saying. There is no defense. In fact, this guy, Charlie Chester, in these tapes, he's upset about what he is doing. He says it's wrong for us to put these numbers on the screen and take advantage of death and want more death for ratings. He knows it's wrong, but he does it anyway, because in his words, fear sells. This is awful. It's the farthest thing from journalism imaginable. And the fact that there is such silence about this, Sean, speaks volumes.
And we want the numbers higher. He's talking about the number of dead people, dead Americans, in the middle of a pandemic. For political gain and a political agenda is more important?
Yeah, I mean, he expresses in this tape, he says, quote, there's a problem that we're doing that. He says it's wrong that we're doing it. But if you watch this tape, he says that they got a call from Jeff Zucker, the CEO of the network, who asked, put those numbers back on that screen. We want those death numbers higher. And you see it on CNN every day. And again, the purpose of journalism is to tell the truth, is to get to the bottom of things, is to focus on, is to illuminate. And he calls it propaganda. And he says these are the quiet things that you never are supposed to say out loud.
And
it's unbelievable that
their
Matt
agenda
Dornick
was to get Donald Trump. They had a full-on network agenda. That's what he said.
And Matt Dornick hasn't said a word. Oliver Darcy hung up the phone on me. We've had Newsweek, the New York Times. A lot of mainstream media are calling this network for comment, but no comment is given because they cannot defend this, Sean. And that's why Project Veritas will keep releasing tapes. We'll keep coming out with new exposés, putting